I'm Rebecca Burton, and I am the science teacher for Team Takotna. And our expectations for the classroom is actually called a social contract. These are words at the beginning of the year the students each came up with when they were asked 4 questions. How do you want to be treated by the teacher? How do you think the teacher should treat you? How should you treat each other when there's conflict? And they all agree that these are words that we should abide by. So it's not so much rules, but just expectations on how to be a good person in the classroom and be a good person towards each other. When the classroom or a student is getting slightly disrespectful or not following our expectations, we do have a flow chart that we follow for natural consequences. We will address the whole group with the questions like, what's happening here? What did we say we would do to help each other? Everyone show me the sign. Are you willing to do it? And it just keeps going, warning to the student, and we refer back to the social contract, like what word did you agree to that you're not following? How are we gonna follow it now? Then we ask 4 questions. What are you doing? What are you supposed to be doing? Are you doing it? This is after step 3. Step 4, logical consequences. They'll have a loss of a privilege. And then step 5 will be a phone call home and another consequence. And then step 6 is when the student decides to behave out because they continually do not follow the social contract. They will be asked to remove the room or be removed from the room. We will have parent contact, and then there will be consequences with that.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along.
Hi, I'm Nathan Bass. I teach math with your students this year. Since we've been back from the winter break, we've been focusing on properties of an equation. Words like associative property, distributive property, commutative property, these are all ways that you can manipulate an equation to help you solve for an expression. What we're about to start doing is solve for an equation. When you have a variable or a letter in math, we're actually going to figure out how to find out what that is. I've enjoyed working with your students this year. Hopefully this rest of the year will be smooth with COVID, and bye.
Hello, I am Mrs. McClendon, aka Miss Mac, 6th grade language art for the awesome Team Takotna. We have begun Unit 4, the importance of imagination. This is where we are really encouraging students to think critically and to just daydream and imagine what the world could be like in their own little world. Next week in February, we will begin our Black History Month, where students will be learning about poetry, dramas, and how all of that related to the civil rights. So we're excited about this unit. Please encourage your students to continue to read and to do their own research for Black History Month and to continue to daydream. See you later.
Hi, I'm Joan Anderson from Team Takotna, and I teach social studies. And right now we're learning about Africa, and I'm going to send an email soon asking for Africa Show and Tell. So if anyone is from Africa or has any family members that are from Africa and they have any really cool Africa stuff they'd like to show, I encourage you to have your child bring it. In social studies, we cover the entire world this year. So we basically go a mile wide and just an inch deep. The kids are very excited to learn about all of the culture and the diversity of the world we live in, and I'm excited to teach it.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Burton once again, and I teach science on Team Takotna. This week we're learning about how to calculate average speed. Students will have to learn how to calculate average speed, distance divided by time. They'll have to be able to look at a graph and calculate speed looking at graphs, word problems, tables. And next week we'll actually be starting to graph motion. They'll have to be able to interpret motion on a graph just by looking at lines. This is a more difficult concept for students to grasp. We will be spending more time on it. There's a lot of math and science this unit. And so I just encourage you to ask your students about what they're learning and show you what they're learning so that they can practice more at home.
And I rise up, I rise like the day I